Rhode Island has a rich history of innovators like Samuel Slater, father of the American Industrial Revolution. Well, we have innovators right here in Lincoln. Chemart, a company whose founder developed a process that makes them the premier photochemical etching company in the United States. I'm here with Richard Beaupre, chemist, inventor, and founder of Chemart. Dick, very interesting business. How'd you get started?
I went to the University of Rhode Island for 4 years, where I graduated with a degree in chemistry. That's what gave me the background to be able to do what we're doing here, because it really is a chemical process. The film that goes on the metal is a photographic film. So what I did is invented a process where it could be developed in water.
And you use that process to develop all the products that you make here, right in Lincoln.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, ornaments are the bulk of your business.
That's correct.
Approximately how many ornaments do you make every year?
I'd rather not give it specific, but it is in the millions.
Wow, that would be one very big Christmas tree.
A big one.
So Dick, who exactly do you sell these ornaments to? Let's start out on a local basis.
Well, the town of Lincoln. We've been doing the town of Lincoln for years now.
And any charities?
Yes, many charities. Gloria Gemma Foundation, churches, local churches. It could be anybody that wants to raise funds.
And nationally, who do you sell to nationally?
Well, we sell to the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Senate.
Armed Forces?
Yeah, Armed Forces, and the Clinton Library.
Did I see a White House Christmas ornament?
We began manufacturing the official White House Christmas ornament. We started the program in 1981. And we're still the exclusive manufacturer of that ornament.
So you've been making the White House ornament, let me see if I can do my math, for 33 years.
That's correct.
Wow, quite an honor for a company right here in Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Made here in Rhode Island.
Let's go find out just how these ornaments are made. I'm here with Dave Marquis, president of Chemart. Dave, tell us a little bit about the process.
It starts off with us working really closely with our clients, developing a unique idea for an ornament for their particular organization.
So you have designers right here in the studio?
We do. We actually have 10 of them. So the first step of what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to work with the client, and they're going to create computer-generated images. And if we go to a more complex ornament like a 3D, we actually build paper models and then make physical samples so the customer can see them.
So the customer has final say on the design?
Absolutely. We want it to be their design. So while that's going on upstairs in the design area, in manufacturing, we're taking sheets of brass that are usually 18 by 24 inches in length and width, and then we go to a process where we put down a special coating on the material.
Is that the dry film resist that Mr. Beaupre invented?
It is, and it is a key element to be able to transfer the image of the art onto the brass. So what we do from there is we take the coated piece of metal and we expose it to ultraviolet light. That burns the image of the artwork into the resist, and that's how we're going to transfer it onto the brass. We run through a secondary process called developing, just like photography, where it hardens and we can then handle the material in white light. It then goes through the first step of manufacturing, which is the etching process. And that's where we're actually going to use a chemical called ferric chloride to cut the brass. So what we do is we use specialized machines called etchers, and they have nozzles that shoot acid top and bottom, spraying acid on the whole sheet, but where there's resist, the acid is repelled, but where there's artwork burned into the image, the acid attacks it. After we do that, now we have to get rid of the resist, so we run it through a secondary process called stripping. That's where we're taking the resist off. And then we go to a process called electrolytic plating. Now our first step in plating is to take it to a large vat of liquid nickel. Now the reason why we use nickel is that brass tends to be fairly pliable. Nickel acts as an agent to make the piece more rigid and more sturdy, and it also is a great bonding agent for our next process, which is our gold process. The gold process is very similar to nickel. Again, we have liquid gold, use an electronic charge, hang the sheet in there. We use electricity and time to put the amount of coating that we want to put on there.
Now, if the client doesn't want a gold finish, do they have other options?
We actually have copper, nickel, gold, rhodium, and palladium.
Dave, in looking at all of the ornaments you have, I notice some have many, many colors, 10, 12, 13 different colors.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
What we do is we use a process called screen printing. Now, the screen printing process is where we take a screen, we lock it in place, we take ink that we mix, we use a Pantone matching system. We literally take a squeegee and pull it back and forth. The ink penetrates only where the image from the artwork is applied. It goes through and adds to the color. We then put it on an oven, and it goes through the process.
How many colors could you put on an ornament?
It's really infinite. It's really a matter of how much the client really determines that their particular piece needs. To the best of my knowledge, I think 23 was the largest amount on a single, 3 or 4 inch ornament.
I didn't know there were 23 colors.
So when we finish up with the screen printing, we go through an assembly process. Now we have to cut them off to individual pieces. What we do is we take these flat pieces and we bring them to our highly skilled assemblers. And what they're doing is they're actually forming them by hand. They're bending and forming and connecting all different pieces in an amazingly short amount of time. It's incredible the amount of dexterity and the skill level that they have. It's skilled craftsmen at their best. It's good old-fashioned Rhode Island ingenuity, working hard to create something unique to our clients and to the country.
And who'da thunk it? We make the White House ornament right here in Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things about Rhode Island that people don't know.
Ah, there we have it. One down, millions to go.